And welcome back. I won't tell you what these people did in the studio to me right now. But my next guest, just to let you know, Julius Agu is in the building.
Woo.
He's in the building and it's coming on right after this.
Yeah.
If you heard a who, that was him. My next guest, I don't know if she knows this, but she is actually one of the handful of people at the time that actually introduced something into the music industry, especially within the what we now could call the Afrobeat scene, and that caught fire. But in the course of this interview, I'll explain what I mean to her.
Okay.
Zinny X, how you doing?
I am doing
AKA
well.
is in there, Asinugo.
This is it.
How you doing?
I'm great.
I got to know of you through the CEO Dancers.
Yes.
Like most of us, you know, go introduce you and like, who were these babes where they dance? At the time when really the dance culture was still kind of popping up, really.
Yeah.
And not really even popping that high in the
No one
Nigerian circuit at the time. And what also made it special that you guys were like kind of like UK bred and raised, and to put some kind of perspective to it, if you saw the Oliver Twist video, I'm just trying to and they've been around before then, and really that's how I got to know of the CEO dancers and you in particular. And you guys were doing something fresh, it was new, and I even know a few trial bands that are kind of like developed on the back of what you guys were doing at the time, kind of like you inspired them. And fast forward how many years right now?
7, 8.
We are where we are today. So congrats to that to start with.
Thank you.
But let's go a bit back before that.
Okay.
I have never heard of anybody that has an A in GCSE dance. I don't even know anybody that's done GCSE dance. How did that, how many were you in the class?
Okay, this is an interesting story because in my school, St. Edward's, I went to a sixth form, and when we were doing our GCSEs, they were asking all the students to choose their subjects, and obviously I chose maths, English, and stuff. And my teacher was like, "So Ezine, I didn't see dance in your selection
Because you were known as a dance,
as someone that danced
time,
in school." And I said, "Oh, because there's no dance in the curriculum." She said, "I know, but how do you feel about us opening dance for you?"
So
I
you
was
did
the
that.
Only dance student in my secondary school.
Do they have a plaque and your pictures all over the school
I
right
hope
now?
they do. St. Edward's, you better have a plaque.
I hope the principal, is the headmaster or heading their watch? I hope you're watching. But that's major though.
Yes. No, that was awesome. Like for me, coming from a family where dance wasn't something that was promoted, to just see a fellow teacher, and it's actually a black woman, Miss Campbell, that said, "You have something here. I want to promote what you have." They got me teaching my younger years. They got me teaching the school dance and then taking them to competitions and stuff. That's really how I got into it more. And then when she was
How old were you at this time? 16, 17?
More like 15, 14. I
Okay.
actually started dancing and teaching first when I was 10.
Teaching.
Teaching. I went teaching first before I became a dancer.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I was bullied in primary school when I moved from Nigeria to London. So I had the accents, I had everything. So I couldn't find my place, and my parents couldn't understand why I couldn't find my place. But when they had a thing we called end of year performance, the school I was in year 5, and the school was like, "Oh, who can put together a routine for the teachers and the students?" And I put my hand up. Never done this in my whole life. I went ahead and did it. It was to Kylie Minogue spinning around. That's how old.
And that changed your story.
Changed my whole story.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I look at your progression as well. Okay. Now it might look like everything was fast, that everything happened, but it didn't. It didn't happen that way. Now I'm gonna skip a few and come back to CEO Dancers because really that was when we started really. Oh, this is nice, I remember that one time I said we need to book these ladies for a show.
Aww.
I saw one of the interviews you were saying when you first got paid for.
I could
have beaten them to it.
Oh my God! I even remember the show. Oh my goodness!
But when you three came out, and you also said that the name the CEO was not an acronym for anybody,
And everyone thought it was because of the E.
But
and
you can understand that, I thought so too,
Everybody's fine.
But then you've also said that, it wasn't an acronym. The irony is you're CEOs now.
We're all bosses in our own right.
You know, doing so. It also ties into this new movement of women, you know, finding their place, you know, and pushing, no, not pushing, but letting men understand that, you know what, you can't be taking...
Yeah, we're kicking ass. Let's say it. We're kicking ass.
Family show.
Okay, kicking ass.
So, but what it brought you into something different.
Yes.
And you had a few highs. I think your first high was the...
Britain's Got Talent. Actually,
what was that before? Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist was the first major.
That's quite major, you know. How did you hook that up?
To be honest, this is one of those ones when you say it's God that happened, because we didn't even know D'banj like that, and we were actually being booked. We were trying to be booked by another artist at this point. I think it was Wizkid at this point. And
up and coming at the time?
Yeah, no. This is when Wizkid was quite...
And it was after Holla at Your Boy.
Yes, he was quite prominent at this point. And I think the team, not Wizkid directly, but the team were discussing rates, and they said, oh, they were not going to pay. And we were like, okay, do you know what? We've done quite a lot as up and coming, but let's just let this one go. And we let it go, and then 2 days later, we get a call from D'banj's team saying, hey, we want you guys to come and do the show. We've never met D'banj at this point. We were even talking to Dr. Sid at this point. Well, shout out Dr. Sid. And, you know, we met Dr. Sid, spoke to Dr. Sid. He was like, how much do you guys get paid me? I just said one number like this. He was like, is that it? I said, okay, yeah.
Well, it doesn't include the taxi. It doesn't include the transport too.
Higher. But yeah, you know, and we did the show. We met D'banj on stage on that day. He never even knew we were going to be there. And he was just taken by shock on what was going on. I think for the first time, D'banj met dancers that rivaled him on stage.
Because D'banj owns the stage.
Ready.
He owns the stage.
He wasn't ready. He was just like, who are these girls? Like, what are they up to? And we just went in straight, just going ham. And, you know, and he, at the end of the show, he called him backstage and he was like, I want to take you guys on tour with me. And that's how the relationship started.
So your first big break.
Major break.
Major break. Now, and then you got the biggest break of them all.
Yes.
Britain's Got Talent.
Yes.
60 million viewers. How did that happen?
This one goes to Vanessa Amadi. So Vanessa was currently...
Shout out to Vanessa Amadi.
Amadi Obona now. You know, let's get it right. So she was currently looking after PR with D'banj at that point. And that's how she spotted us, and she started taking care of us at that point. It was a random phone call.
So you're properly handled?
Yeah, we were. Yeah. And then it was a phone call that we received, I think it was like 4 days before the audition. And Vanessa was like, okay, so ladies, what are you doing this Saturday? We're like, oh, nothing. She was like, okay, so you have an audition for Britain's Got Talent. Sorry, what? So she said it so casually. So we were like, what did you say? Britain's Got Talent? And then on this particular show, we didn't have to do like, because they do
there's a pre before you actually do the audition proper.
The judges, and they were like, they don't want you guys to do that. Go straight to the judges. So we had to go down to Leeds or Birmingham or somewhere like that.
The locations everywhere,
Yeah, and then we went there, and before we went on stage, the act on received the buzzer. My heart, I can remember, I think, I was like, Jesus, like this is real. You know, and as soon as we got there, we saw Simon, we saw Alicia, we saw everyone, and we were like, let's go. It's on. And I think as soon as they heard like the first Afro beat, it was
just switching to...
They heard Kokere and it was a rap.
Was it your mix?
Yes, it was our mix.
Who cut that mix for you?
Oh, we did it ourselves. We were children in this game.
Now the final mix you used in the was it the semi-final? Who cut that one? That was a mix. That was a mix.
That was a mix. That was in partnership.
Well put together mix.
That was in partnership with Britain's Got Talent Productions. So we told them the songs that we wanted. And then they cut it for the time. Now that was a tight. It felt well. On the DJs, I just thought whoever cut that mix. It went well. No, it was really good, and they really took their time with us. We had loads of rehearsals. They knew what they wanted from the show, but they allowed us to be ourselves as well.
Huge platform, though.
Massive.
What did that do to your lifestyle after that?
I was actually studying. I'm an accountant as well, so I was actually.
I found out.
I was actually doing my final exams. So I was doing Britain's Got Talent rehearsals, and then I'll go and take espresso shots and go to the library to go and study for my exams. So it was a very interesting time for me. For me, I don't know about the other girls. I remember my phone was going off. Everybody was calling me, oh, you're a star, you're a star. And I can remember my mom just looking at me and saying, when you're done with that, go and wash the plates. And that...
My mom was aside herself.
My mom was like, what's this nonsense? Like, go and wash up the plates and stuff. So
But she must have been happy, though.
Do you know what? It's crazy. I think my mom is she plays a card. She knew, like, if she was overly happy, I might lose who I am. You know, so I think she just kept it cool and, you know, get on with life. You know, but it changed our lives. I can't lie. Like, everything changed. We were traveling all over the world. We met the greatest people. Like, for Simon to even say, you know, like, he wants to be like us. Like, it's just insane. Like, you watch these things on TV and you never imagine yourself being in that position. And then them saying you were the best dance act of the night. And you're just like, is this thing real?
You actually you progressed
went to the finals.
To the finals, you know. Now, the challenge oftentimes with such events is it can be a blessing or a curse. Yeah. Because a lot of people get to that high and it's like you just get high on the drug and nothing can match it thereafter. Yeah. But then it's like you have this knack of redefining yourself because now I'm going to go into the choreography bit right now. Yes. And we're going to talk about Zin art. Okay. Because it's I sit with a lot of people a lot of times. BBN Nigeria is on right now, and everybody is saying like, okay, so who's going to win the money? Yeah. And I always tell them, don't worry about who wins the money. Yeah. It's who makes something of it.
That after. Experience.
The money is how much? 60 million. Really?
Yeah. No, it's something, Sean.
No, come on.
But let's talk about
in the course of your life, really. Okay. True. Because it carries you to a certain level where you realize that 60 million may not even in career-wise, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So after Britain's Got Talent, obviously, a lot of things changed. Yes. Was that the time when the group the group broke up at some point, obviously? Yeah. Was that a factor?
No, I think, and I think this is actually, you're going to get the real exclusive now.
Oh, yeah, hit me. Oh. For the record.
For the record. Yeah. No, what happened was more about, I come from a family whereby we're all academics. Okay. And there's an expectation. And I also felt that if I am going to be a dancer or going to go into this part of career, I was supposed to be an accountant and working in an investment banking firm. So if I was going to do this, I need to take it as seriously.
And do right.
And do it right. And I think I got frustrated with the industry more than anything. I didn't feel the industry necessarily respected dancers as much as they were enjoying it.
You were a trailblazer in the UK within it anyway, so it was a sacrifice to make in a way.
I think what we get excited about the hype of social media and the hype of everybody saying, oh, you're doing great. But when financially that's not being represented, it becomes an issue. And I think that's where people really don't understand about entertainment. Entertainment is business. And because I studied accounting and management, that was one of the sounding things.
Hanging around the likes of Vanessa, you
exactly.
know, you pick up stuff and Rosie.
And that's kind of how Zen Arts came about. And I was just like, I need to, from this, like you said, you need to have a next plan. I didn't think I would dance for the rest of my life.
That's the biggest challenge for most people in entertainment, especially 100%. If you're not schooled in the business.
Exactly.
What next?
Yeah, because people don't understand it's actually show business. That's what we're doing. It's business.
Jump on the show most of the time.
You know, everybody's on the show and then just forget the business side of things. And that's why even you find people that are successful, at some point, if they don't have a good manager or a good business manager, it drops off.
I'm sure you see a lot of that though,
all the time.
Within the artists.
All the time. So I think Zen Arts was my my business side of things. Where I was just like, okay, if anything happens, if I break my leg or anything, I have something that I fall back on, but I'm also quite happy to do and stuff. And so the group breaking up was because we started finding out different things about what we love and what we want to be about. And, you know, we were young when we started. People forget that we were like, I look, I'll take it. I'll take
it's a compliment you are forced to take.
You know, I'll accept you. Someone said to me the other day, are you in uni? I said, yes. I'm in uni.
But your choreography.
Yes.
Now, because I'm sure I was going to ask this last, but I think I'm gonna jump. I'm sure you get a lot of comparisons to Kafi.
I do.
Yeah, because Kafi was it's almost a similar story, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things you alluded to, Kathy will tell you, oh God, nobody used to see the dancer now. The dancer was not even meant to be, you know. But I've known Kathy for, I knew Kathy from, there was this song.
Goodness. Oh no, she did a song.
She did a video. She was in a video, and the only reason I would watch that video
was she wearing green?
I know it'll come. Don't worry, it'll come. The only reason I would watch that video was because of Kathy.
Was it because, is it a P Square video?
No, it's not P Square. I don't think it's P Square, but it's one of the early ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, and some people, the only reason they watch Oliver Twist or remember it is because of you guys in that video. So, so with Kathy, if you sit down with Kathy and you see Kathy right now, Kathy is also a business person. She's a very driven woman. She runs her outfit, you know. So I'm seeing parallels, you know. She's doing something on one side of the world, and you're here replicating it. And also, when I talk about the Afrobeats thing, because everybody talks about Afrobeats now, but Afrobeats has actually got so many layers.
Definitely.
You guys brought another layer to it, you know, to the point where now, if I was to ask you how many videos have you been in, or have you, you know. But that never happened then.
Yeah.
So I always try to let people know, because at times we miss these things, you know. Just realize that, look, oh, this is what came with these people, oh.
Yeah.
So kudos. So, but more importantly, you realized it.
Yeah.
And now you run an outfit. Part of Zenny is your choreography arm.
Yeah.
So what do you do with this arm? Do you teach people, like some people like us that cannot dance to save our lives now? What can you do for us? Or what do you do? Do you do artist videos or for stage performances?
Everything. So I cover artist development, that's one, which a lot of artists don't know about. Artist development, I do movement directing, choreography for music videos, commercials, dance videos, everything. As long as it has something to do with movement, I know how to do it. And then the company was to also give younger people an opportunity to have experience or to also book work based on that as well. So that's how the business side of things. I said, if I can't do it, I might get someone else that can do it and take my percentage.
And who are your core clients?
Oh, core clients. Well,
the most people that call you, like, it's bank holiday weekend now.
Do you know what? There's a core client that I'm so excited about because he has a show coming up and I'm so psyched. Divanch.
Okay.
That's.
So you're gonna be on stage.
I'm actually dancing as well. So like, whenever I bring the dance shoes back on, you know, it's a serious relationship. Like that's like, it's a heart moment for me. So I'm excited about Divanch. Tiwa Savage, that is a bae. Davido is a client. Wizkid is a client.
So you get to, apart from your involvement with their videos, you also get to kind of like structure their performances on stage as well.
Yes.
Okay.
I rarely do music videos as in me appearing in music videos.
But you do choreography.
I do choreography and do movement directing and cast dances for them. I think for me...
These were things that never used to happen with our videos here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's exciting that when they come into London, they're like, okay, let's head up as an A because we're trying to do this video.
And I don't know anybody else that does it, to be honest with you. I don't know anybody else. So you are in a nice monopoly right there.
Nice little, you know, niche market. But yeah, it's exciting.
Okay, good. Okay, now, it's fitness.
Yes.
What role does fitness play in being a good dancer?
I think it's vital. It's vital. I think a lot of people relate fitness to weight and size, and I think that's very wrong. Because I know people that are skinny and are the most unhealthy people and don't have stamina.
And I've seen big people do videos and it's like,
and they're killing it. So it's very good to put that out there and let young people know that it's not about your weight, it's about your inner health and keeping healthy. I think
your skin's glowing. It's like, you know, and I'm sure that's most of that is you sweat a lot, all the toxins are out.
Because of my husband to be, so it's not about the glow.
No, I mean, I meant glow in the nicest possible way. But
I'm playing with you. You have to be ready for me. You have to be ready for me.
Don't mind that. I don't collect guests today. But fitness is, do you have a regime?
No, because of what I do for a living, I'm always in a studio, so I don't really go to the gym or anything. Dance is my fitness. That's all I do. I literally wake up every day and dance. That's it.
So, what's the longest set you've ever had on stage?
Longest set, we did an hour show in Calgary.
That's Canada, isn't it?
Canada. Yeah. We did an hour show, like our own headline performance in Calgary. And we did that was like 30 minutes. We did one in O2 Indigo, but that was 30 minutes. That hour, I was intense. Like, wow, this is a very, long something. Yeah, but it was good. I think even like Afrobeat, even when they're booking us, they really think dancers are machines. They think dancers are like DJs or artists, or like, like we have a song that we can even pass the mic to you. They don't realize that we're dancing the whole time. So
non-stop.
It's that moment. But actually, what I pride with us in CEO, we were smart about it. We started doing like hosting in between it. So we start talking to the audience and start getting them up to dance instead of us
and
dancing.
Dance groups don't do that though.
No, so that was, I think that's...
different
characters, and that's what set CEO apart and all of us, because we were performers, not just dancers. We would give you a show, and that was like most dancers, even my dance team now, every time we go into rehearsal, I'm not teaching you how to be a dancer, I'm teaching you how to be a performer. There's a difference. You have to learn it. It's an art.
Interesting. Now we're moving to level 3 right now.
Level 3.
So we've done the dancer, we've done the choreographer, the businesswoman.
Yes.
Now you have your new video that's out now.
Yes.
When did you decide to go into... Are you okay?
Are you okay? Excited.
Are you okay?
I'm excited.
And you have a new song.
Exciting.
You have a new song now. When did you decide to now... Has it always been a dream, or you just thought, I can do this thing now?
Dream care. Oh, Lord Jesus, no. This was actually an idea I had for CEO Dancers.
Because this could be your biggest step so far.
Really?
Yes,
I hope so. I'm so excited. Like, it's awesome. Like, just the reception. I'm just like, wow. Like, I never in my wildest dreams, like this idea, I had it for CEO Dancers before we broke up. And then...
Very good about it.
No. Do you know what is God's plan?
Okay.
That's how I see everything.
Meant to be.
It's meant to be.
Okay.
And then I was just like, okay, I'm going to try and put together a group. So I actually started putting together another group to do this music. And that was like I always wanted to be behind the scenes. I just love seeing my creation come to life. And that fell through. And I was working with PTJ at that point. And he was sick producer, and he was so excited, and that didn't work out. And then Vanessa again, I was speaking to Vanessa, and Vanessa was like, Zinny, you've been talking about this for 2 years. Can you do this damn thing yourself? And that's how it started.
And how did you get Gracious K?
Okay, so I normally teach classes and stuff. So Gracious had contacted me to do a class for him with one of his singles called Just Flex.
Okay.
So I did that, and that video went viral. And so he was like, okay, when he had another song, he asked me again, hey, I want you to do a video. And then he said, oh, how much do you want me to pay you? And I said,
the accountant plans, okay, let's do trade by barter.
And I said, honey, don't pay me. Just jump on my song. And literally,
that was it.
And literally, he said, send it to me first. So obviously, he needs to make sure
make sure that I'm not jumping on.
So he heard it, and he was just like, so smash, let's go.
So that was like a real seal of approval, endorsement coming from him.
And he did it. Sometimes you might ask an artist to do something, and they're like, but he genuinely was like,
let's do this.
Let's do this. And honestly, even in doing this music thing, like, you're just learning about people and personalities and stuff. I've never seen someone so committed. I think everyone on this project of mine has been so committed. I feel so blessed to have each and every single one person, from Victizzle to Bella to Gracious K to Rosie to Kimani, like to my fiance, like every hand on deck. I just feel like, Jesus is just like, Zinny, this year I'm just gonna put you here, and I'm gonna make all these people just be here for you and just
around
be
you.
There. And so excited.
Awesome. Okay, now we have come to the most important part right now.
Yes.
I'd like to thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And for those who are watching, this is a world exclusive.
Woo-hoo.
Never played on TV before. Zinny X is going to promo her brand new video on For the Record with DJ Abass. Do your thing.
Hey guys, it's your girl Zinny X. Check out my brand new video called Instruction featuring Gracious K. What's up?
See ya.
Okay, it's about that time to teach you that dance routine. So make some space in the room. 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn left, drop down, break it up, turn round, leg up, leg down, kick back, swing round, put your hands on the ground, make it dance, make it bounce, wind up, kick left, kick right, turn up.
Yeah, man. Check it. K swear. Yo, Ez, let me kill him with the new flow. K down with the Zulu pose. You know we take it from the ends to the globe. Any stage, any dance, any show. This one is swaggy, everybody say rah. When you hear it, you just want to dance. It's kinda jiggy, call it boom boom ta. Just flex, turn the whole room up. To the left, to the right. You see our vibe, no be like. We bring the vim every day, every night. Come alive, no stress inside. Drop down, go low, shut down, new flow. Me and Ez run that